Hey everyone, here we are at the tail end of 2024. What do you think I'm riding? I'm riding a hardtail. Not any hardtail, but I rebuilt my Yeti ARC. First one was stolen last year, and I rebuilt it. Why? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Too many leaves for 0 knobs. And I would say that number one reason why I rebuilt my hardtail, it's because they're fun. Whether you're taking them to a local fire road around the lake, or you take them to your favorite trails, a hardtail can be fun. It makes everything a bit more challenging. You gotta be more precise, you gotta be more exact, you gotta be more flexible on the bike, and all that, I believe, makes you a better rider overall. Oh, wait. Shit. And that sounds like a flat. With no suspension in the back, any harsh rock hit like that one was, I'll give you a pinch flat. I love a good hardtail because they are easy to build and easy to maintain. This is my second time building this lovely hardtail. And no, this is not too modern or too aggressive. It only has 67 degrees head tube angle, 433 chainstay, and that's 76 reach for this medium and 445. So not too long, nothing too extreme. But I like it this way because the bike is responsive, and in our twisty, turny trails, it behaves very well. Second time building it, obviously, I didn't have any solution for not getting flats. By the way, these are the Pro 36 wheels that I've used on my Yeti SB100 for the longest time. I did use the XCRC, the Scorpion Pro Wall, but somehow I didn't have an insert on these. As for the rest of the build, this is what I ended up with. I built the bike with the comfortable 1UP carbon bars. These are Ergon grips that I like a lot. XD brakes, 2 piston brakes. I have a 50mm stem, and you can see the mount for my Garmin, King Creek in here, and a lot of spacers because I need that stack height. This is the Shimano remote that we like a lot because it integrates perfectly with the XD brakes, the Shimano brakes. That works with PNW. This is only 150mm drop because I had it around. This is an SL8 WTB, and you can see a little bit of play on this dropper. This is after like 3 years of use, otherwise no complaints about it. I mentioned the 2 piston brakes, and you can see the MT800s, 180mm in the front and 160mm in the back. This frame with an adapter can take 180 in the back, no problem. Here you can see that press fit bottom bracket and a lot of spacers on this side because that's how I installed it. And these are XD trail pedals that work very well. This area here is built up to be pretty beefy, but you can see that 2.6 tire clearance in the back. And yes, this is a medium frame. And let's continue down here to look at my cranks. 170mm. These are T-Type XO cranks made out of aluminum. This is an absolute black oval 32. You can see this 32, which is 34 here. How much clearance I have, not a whole lot. I try to minimize how extreme that 55mm chain line is with this rear end. By the way, this frame calls for 55mm chain line from the get-go. Transmission, I should call it a drivetrain because I still use that UDH derailleur hanger. This is the EDSOX, the WheelTop wireless drivetrain that actually works very, very well. I'm impressed with this rubberized chainstay protection. I don't get any chain slap whatsoever over here. By the way, this is a GX chain, a SRAM GX chain Eagle, and this is an Eagle 10 to 50 tooth cassette. I like them better than the 52. To go along with that derailleur, obviously you have a shifter. You can hear a clickety click here. This is the ergonomics of this, or the only things that I don't really like that much about the drivetrain, but otherwise everything works just fine. The only things that I haven't mentioned here would be what? You have two bottle mounts, one up top, one at the bottom. You have integrated routing, which, by the way, I hacked because we use moto style brakes. I will probably do a short video on how I made this happen. And up front, I built this with a 130mm fork, just like Yeti kind of designed it. You can see the Fit 4 damper on this Fox 34. This is the Performance Elite, so you have all the advantages of the factory without the Kashima coating extensions. I have a mud guard, but this one is made by Syncross. This one integrates very well with the Fox 34 fork. Yeti says that you can build this with a fork that's up to 150mm. So yeah, that's a good question for you folks. What kind of fork do you run on your hardtail? To go along with that suspension, you have a compliant rear end of this bike. I can tell you that after riding it for the last 3 weeks or so, and I didn't feel that beat up by a hardtail as I expected. By the way, you see the bike in the winter trim. I have 2.6 tires installed front and rear, so if you install beefier tires like this, the rear end of the bike is going to be even softer than it was with the Pirelli's 2.4s. And I know you guys are going to ask me about the weight. Okay, you can tell me that I don't have air in the rear tire, but it comes up to 10.77 kilograms. That is 23.74 pounds. Remember, this is with the pedals. They're fairly heavy, so light-ish for a hardtail. And with that beefy bottom bracket area, this bike climbs like a goat. It seems to be very efficient. You can see me here smiling on the way up while riding the local trails. I mean, how many times does that happen when you ride your bike? That makes this a very efficient bike, and overall a blast to ride. I'm really happy that I got to rebuild my Yeti ARC. And that's the reason why in the off season my entire family actually rides hardtails. What about you folks? Do you have a hardtail? Do you enjoy riding it? What kind of hardtail do you have? Let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you like this video so I can make more like it. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the winter months. And until next time, hope to see you folks on the trails. Cheers guys. Cheers. And I think it was Danny McCaskill that rode his bike with Santa Cruz rims, carbon rims, just as a promo for those. Well, here I am doing the same with my Pro 36 wheels because I have no air in that tire whatsoever. And I'm not walking this all the way to the parking lot. I'm gonna pedal it to the parking lot, so let's see if my Pro 36 rims or wheels survive this. This is a lot easier with an inflated tire.